All right, let's get down and boogie today. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ron Houston, and we are bringing you a show from out at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. With me today is my sidekick, Sonny Holly. Sonny, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And I think you've got some things to mention about
our sponsor,
Gamez and Gamez Facility Solutions, some of the things that they do.
Yes, I just wanted to go over a couple of things. He does exterior and interior painting, flooring, tile, wood, laminate, kitchen, bathroom remodel, gates and fencing, iron or wood, outdoor patios and deck. He does automatic gate openers and some metal buildings. That's just a few of the things Gamez and Gamez Facility Solutions does.
How do you reach them?
Their phone number is 210-601-0761. That's 210-601-0761. Gamez and Gamez Facility Solutions.
Julio Gamez and his wife are the ones that own this, and believe me, they are good people. We know them from the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. He's on a committee out there with Big John Nava, and that's how we met, and he's been gracious to be a sponsor. And by the way, if you would like to be a sponsor of our show, we can work that out with you. My name is Roy Holly. No, what did I say? My name is Ron Houston, but it's really Roy Holly. It's 830-426-9228. 830-426-9228. They're laughing at me. 830-426-9228. That's my cell number. If you'd like to get more information about being a sponsor on the show, we'd be glad to give it to you. Now, let's see. Julio Gamez, we did that. We've got some more people coming up, like Guich Koock. Guich is here standing ready to go. And Guich, are you there?
I'm here.
Guich is my long buddy.
Hi, Guich.
Sonny's here, too, Sonny. With me. We've been friends a long time, and I think we met first when they had the KKYX River Festival back in the early 70s. And then I didn't see you for a long time, and then we ended up both in Bandera. Remember that?
That's right. That's right, Roy. Wow, what a good memory you have.
I know. Had a good time, and we made a lot of friends up there, and it was just wonderful. It was like utopia.
You've been a long-time great friend, and you've helped a lot of people along the way.
Well, you know, we still talk about this, about our greatest show we ever had was the one over in Pipe Creek. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. That was a fun show.
I don't know how that happened that way, but it's just from some reason everything come together just right, didn't it?
It did. It did. You had some interesting people there, and it's a beautiful setting and an interesting story there at Pipe Creek. You bet.
A lot of people don't know this about you, but you got into acting and into TV. Tell us a little bit about that experience and how in the world did you get into doing television? Where was your break? Who introduced you and all that?
Well, in 1960, in 1970, I guess it was, Hondo Crouch and I bought Luckenbach, Texas, and I was taking eggs to San Antonio to make payments on the town, which even though eggs were a lot cheaper then, it took us about a year and a half to pay off the town by my selling eggs there door to door. And so I was taking a run to San Antonio one day. I think it was Wednesdays, the day we took the eggs over there. And I was going to pick up a friend of mine from Luckenbach who was coming in on the bus from somewhere, and I was going to meet him at the Holiday Inn Hotel. And so I was waiting there in the bar at the Holiday Inn, and this beautiful red-headed woman came up to me at the bar, and she said, "Hi, how would you like to be in a movie?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I would." And she said, "Well, come up to my room. We're casting." Well, I went up to her room, and dadgummit, they were casting. And her name was Sherry Rhodes from Dallas, and she cast a lot of movies. And up there in her room as well was a young man named Steven Spielberg, and this was his first major film that he had made. And so, like everybody else in the film, I played a highway patrolman. I played a highway patrolman from Louisiana that came in to join this manhunt, and it was based on a true story of a pre-parole convict in Sugar Land who his wife had him run away from. He had 2 weeks more to serve, and she needed him to get back home because they were getting ready to take her baby. But anyway, I got to meet a lot of people. Goldie Hawn and Ben Johnson were two of the stars of the movie, and it was interesting enough. And then about 2 weeks after that, Sherry called me and said, called me at Luckenbach, and she said, Guich, they're having a contest out in California, and we'll pay your way out there if you'll go enter this contest. It's called The Search for the Singing Cowboy. And I said, yeah, you bet. I've never been to California before. I'd love to go. And so, sure enough, they made arrangements for me to fly out there the next day to enter this contest. But I was at Luckenbach all that afternoon, and nobody came into the store that I could tell them I was going to be a very famous movie star.
And you had, by the end of the week, nobody to share it with.
No one to share it with until about 5:30 in the afternoon, and Travis Yinsky, who ranches down the road, and his sidekick Rocky came in, but they had the perfect opening for me. Or they said, hey, Guich, what was the name of that last John Wayne movie where they had that big shootout and used all those old cars? I said, I don't know, Travis, but I got a call today from Hollywood, and I'm going out there tomorrow and enter a contest, and I'll probably be a movie star within a week or two. And he said, sure enough, you're going out to Hollywood, California? I said, yes, I am. And he said, see, can you find out the name of that movie while you're out there? Somebody out there ought to know. So I knew right then just exactly how important it was going to be a movie star from Luckenbach.
Well, that's, you know what? Isn't it great? God is good. Just being in the right place at the right time.
Every day he's good. He's good every day.
Well, listen, be sure and tell your son I said hello. I'm going to have you back on again, and we could do some more talking, because I know and you know there's no way that we can contain Guich Koock in about 5 minutes.
Well, Roy, I appreciate you, and I love being on your show, and I hope you have tremendous success with it.
I look forward to having you back in Texas again.
Thank you, Roy. Adios.
Bye.
All right, that's my friend Guich Koock, world-famous movie star and all that kind of stuff, and co-owner of Luckenbach, Texas. Now, who we got next here? Is old John Nava?
Yeah.
You got it here, but I'm standing by.
Big John. All right, John, you're out at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo the very last day. Tell us who you got and tell us what's going on. And Sonny Bunny's here with me.
Hi, John.
Hey, Sonny, how you doing? Is Roy treating you all right?
Yes, he is. He always does.
Yeah, I just fed her. I'm treating her great. I just got her a hamburger.
Oh, my God.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my God.
He fed me.
Oh, yeah, I have Eileen Weiner of the Raffle Committee. We did our drawing yesterday. We sold a lot of raffle tickets, so I'm going to let her talk about a little bit about it. And we have the great, famous Chris Derby from the Chief Marketing Office. He's ready to tell us all about the impact of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. And he's going to come on right after Eileen. And Eileen, thank you very much for letting us use your office here for our radio show.
Well, thank you very much for all your selling and everything, the tickets.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, a big, huge thanks to our entire raffle ticket committee, all our volunteers. They came out and worked lots of hours here on the ground. As John mentioned, we did have our big drawing last night live from our Michelob Ultra facility at 5:30. So we drew our lucky winners for our 13 prizes. And actually, I'm here today in the process of notifying all those winners and getting their acceptance of our wonderful prizes. So we will have our winners posted on sarodeo.com on our info section. There's a list now, but as I mentioned, we're confirming acceptance with all of our winners as we speak. And we want to thank all of our incredible sponsors for our raffle ticket. Every one of our prizes are donated by our sponsors every year. Many of them come back year after year and support us. We have a lot of local businesses in San Antonio as well as surrounding areas that come out and sponsor our booth, buy our 500 clubs. buy extra raffle tickets if they can. And, of course, we have all of our great patrons that come out to the grounds every day, stop by our booths and buy our tickets. All of that is supporting our kids that work so hard and raising their animals for the junior livestock auction, as well as all those hardworking kids that participate in our show in our scholarship program. So many thanks to everyone who came out and bought a raffle ticket. Woo-hoo! We're still counting money, but I think we're trending to be in just shy of $400,000 in raising funds for the kids. Wow. So we'll see if we get there. Money comes in still here in the next few days, and we're happy to count it.
Thank you so much. That is awesome. You did a great job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for doing it. And
well, who else we got out there?
Wow, it's my best friend.
Is this Sharon? Hello, Sharon.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, are you on the? You're not on the speakerphone, are you?
No. Okay. We have Chris Derby here, and Chris Derby.
I know Chris. Chris is like a legend out there.
Chris is a legend, and I knew Chris when he was a baby.
Oh.
When I worked out here in 1999 and 2000, he started. What year did you start, Chris?
2006.
2006. I'm going to let him tell you all about what he's done. Here he is.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Doing good, sir. How are you doing?
Tell us a little bit about how you got started out there and what it is that you do for the stock show and rodeo.
So I started out here in 2006, and I started in sponsorship and kind of became the marketing director, and now I'm the chief marketing officer. So I handle all the marketing, the creative design, my team. It's actually not just me. I'm telling you, it's a whole team that puts this on, and we do the website, the sponsors. We do all the videography, photography. The videos you see in the show, those opening videos, those LED signs you see at the Frost Bank Center, some tent designs on the ground. So we kind of handle all that. We do all your commercials. Hopefully everybody sees out there. And it helps drive revenue and traffic out here to the show.
So I tell you what, it's changed a lot since social media has come on board, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. It's great, but it's so instant and so fast, and people can get a good story and understanding of kind of what we're doing out here. And my whole goal was here, we need to bring back that brand and bring back our mission. And I think we're really kind of getting that out there about who we are and what we are. And I can tell you, Roy, and you're one of them, all the volunteers. There is no way to make this ship roll without we're getting almost down to 7,000 volunteers, and that is an incredible thing. But without every volunteer's help, we do not raise the over $12 million a year that we get for the youth of Texas.
Well, just think what it takes to manage 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 volunteers. Just doing that is a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is. But
it's like herding chickens.
It is, and that goes right with our livestock mission there, huh? But, yeah, it's great. Without all their help, and everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do, where they're supposed to be, and the chairman and how it's laid down. Our great leader, Cody Davenport's done a good job of getting kind of that structure out here. And then the economic impact that the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo now has with Bexar County and San Antonio. We did a study with St. Mary's economic impact of their university, came out and did a study, and we have over $330 million now worth of economic impact in the city of San Antonio. And when you look at our event compared to everybody else's, it's just astronomical. The good thing about it is people come out here, they stay 3-4 days, right? We're not just out here for, we love our Spurs, but we're not out here for one day and go to a game one night and then go home, right? These guys are going to restaurants or sitting in hotels. They're pushing into the city what we need, and this is what San Antonio, hopefully. It's one of the biggest events here, and we want to carry that on forever.
You're kind of like the 1,000-pound gorilla in the room, right?
Yeah, I would like to say that, at least 1,000-pound horse in that room.
Yeah, okay, yeah, horse would sound better. Well, is there any particular artist that you've heard that you really liked since you've been there? Because you've heard them all.
I've heard a lot of them and have a lot of fun stories. And I'll tell you, there's some great people that I've got to be able to meet out here. And Keith Urban was one of them. He's an incredible man and just does incredible stuff for us as a show because he understands our mission. And when he comes out, that's why you might see him, every 2 or 3 years he comes out here because he loves what we're doing for our mission. And it's big. And I have my memories. And that's the thing I think we really do is we build memories. And I have my memory as a kid coming out here when I was in high school. And I remember in 1990 seeing George Strait Garth Brooks in the Freeman Coliseum right during Desert Storm. And he carried that big American flag right into that arena. And I still get tears and goosebumps this day. And those are the memories I think we're making for everybody here in San Antonio. And that's what we're going to continue on, I think, for years to come.
Makes you feel good that you're part of something good, doesn't it?
It does. I think we're all part of something good. Keep this up, it's going to catch on, and people are going to all have that good feeling.
That's why everybody donates that time, because there's some people out there that have a lot of money, as you know, and they don't have to be doing that, to volunteering, but they do, and they out there working just as hard as anybody else, and it's really fun to see these guys with all this money, and they're out there using that elbow grease to get things done. And not all jobs are easy jobs. Some of them are hard jobs at the rodeo. I've always had the easy ones. I made sure I was on an easy work committee, but some of those committees you work.
They do, and it's interesting because I get to know some of the volunteers every year. I try to introduce myself to new ones, and there was a lawyer the other day out there picking up trash cans. I mean, it's just crazy. You have a person out there that studies law and has a law degree and has his own firm, and he's out there picking up trash on the grounds. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do in your work career. You come out here and you give your time and dedication, and it's incredible to see these people do that.
How far out do you all start planning the next rodeo?
We are already planning right now for 26. I'll tell you, as soon as that last entertainer walks off that dirt, we are already on to 2026. It does take. Everybody asks me, that's my favorite question. So what do you do the remaining 8 months before the rodeo starts? Well, we actually work. We got a lot going on, and as you know, Roy, we have other events. We have about 9 events, fundraising events we do annually. And all that raises about $2.5 million for our organization. Then we come out here and do our main event in February. So it's a lot of planning, a lot of getting together. There's a lot of wheels that turn. And we love to listen to our volunteers too. What did you see out there? What did you like about it? What can we change for you to make this a better event? And then we try to put those puzzle pieces together and make it work for everybody that's coming out here to enjoy themselves.
Well, Chris, one of the things we'd like to do, because I don't know if you know this, but we've spent a lot of time on this show covering the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. We've had a lot of the big shots on, including yourself. And what we want to do is to get connected out there at the rodeo where we make sure we get information ahead of time where we can continue to cover all the things that the rodeo's doing throughout the year.
Yeah, that'd be great. Maybe I can even come on, or we can get some other volunteers that are planning those fundraising events and tell you about those events. Set our calendar and let's get out there and raise some awareness of everything that we're doing annually. I think it'd be great.
Here's my wife, Sunny.
Hi, Chris. This is Sunny Holly. Yes, let us know ahead of time, and we'll certainly give a shout-out to the organization that's out doing sponsorship or anything that's going on out there that we can help with.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sonny. I definitely will. We'd love to keep you guys informed on everything that's happening before it's going to take place.
Yes, that'd be great.
Let me have John back.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. I'm here. Yeah, Chris, we kind of went over everything before we went on there, and I think Chris would be a very good asset to our radio show. And
who we got left, John?
Much. Do what?
Who do we have left?
Okay, the other person didn't show up, so that was it. Just Chris and Eileen.
Okay.
Well, let's see. We got about 8 minutes left. John, let's talk about you, and let's talk about how you got into the rodeo. Who brought you in?
Okay, well, actually, it's a long story. I just, wasn't going through a good time of my life at the time, and then I was told that, hey, why don't you just join the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo? So I did. And so I got on board, and I was blessed that Mary Nan West and then Keith Martin kind of put me underneath their wing. And then I just started here at the Raffle Committee, and then I started from the bottom up. And then I just kind of came up with a lot of ideas, and then I never stopped. I just kept on going going and going. And so now, I'm a director emeritus, and then I'm very proud of that. And then I met a lot of good people, and then it's like with Chris Derby and all that, he's a hard-working guy. I've known him for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And Cody Davenport, our new CEO, he's a great guy. He did a lot for this rodeo, and I'm very proud, to say that he is our CEO because he did. He's just a hard-working guy. He never stops. And then I've known him way long time ago. But, Sharon's the same way. Sharon used to work over here. I'm going to let Sharon talk a little bit about herself.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sharon. When did you first start out at the rodeo?
1999.
So you worked in the office. What did you do at the rodeo office?
Marketing. I did, I would do all the help them, the people that did the merchandise, mm-hmm. I would help them pick merchandise, and then we'd put it up for sale, and then I help them set up stuff for the rodeo. But then I also did media. So when the media would come out, I would get them interviews.
So that's how I met you, through the media.
Yeah. And then I would also take the media down to interview the stars, like if they wanted to do a star thing down in the bottom of the Freeman. And so it was fun. I had a great time.
You were a busy lady.
And then after that, I did Cowgirls Live Forever. I did an event called Cowgirls Live Forever where we would sell $10,000 tables, $5,000 tables, and $3,000 tables. And the $10,000 tables went to one child for a scholarship. So we would sell like 12 $10,000 tables.
So you got to help a lot of people.
Yes, I like that. I like being able to help these young kids go to college and, get what they want to do in life and move on. So it's been great. I loved it here. I love it here. It's a great place.
We appreciate you helping us with the radio show during the rodeo, because you can't just have anybody. You got to have people that know what's going on out there.
Right.
And certainly having you and John Nava working with me on the show has really been a great thing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we enjoy it. And we love working with you and your wife and everybody. It's fun.
Well, we're going to let you go here. I just wanted to say thank you very much for helping us. We look forward to having you back next week, and we'll come up with some more stuff to talk about next week on Talk About Texas with Ron Houston. Okay?
You got it, buddy.
All right, we don't do this very often, but there's some stories that I wanted to ask Guich about, and I forgot all about it. Guich, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am.
I forgot to ask you about your days, and I know you went to Texas A&M, but you were in Austin for a while. And tell me about the experience of meeting J. Frank Dobie. J. Frank Dobie is a very famous writer. You met him, got to know him. You were you drove him around. Tell us about that. How did you first meet him, and how did that go? And did you know who he was when you met him?
Yes, I knew who he was. I'd read all his books as a young child, all the books that he had written up to that until that time, especially Coronado's Children, which was about buried treasures and hidden mines and that sort of thing. And he was a friend of the family. We grew up in Austin, in South Austin. He grew up over next to the University of Texas football stadium. And he was a friend of the family, and he was saying one afternoon, he was at our house visiting, he and his wife, Bertha, and he said, gosh, I'm just getting where I wish I had somebody to drive me out to the ranch. I'm not comfortable riding out there, by myself. And my mama said, well, Guich can drive you. He's a good driver. And I said, well, yeah, I'll be glad. Sure, I'll be glad to. But I didn't have a driver's license. I was only, 14, turning 14, which you could get a driver's license in those days at 14, but they very seldom ask you about it. Anyway, Dobie didn't care if I had one or not. He said, laws are for those that need them.
That sounds like something Hondo Crouch would say.
Well, yeah, it does. But anyway, he was delightful to. I just drove him. I wasn't any. It was for me to be exposed to him and Walter Webb and Roy Bedichek and so many people. We had a couple of professors from Cambridge where he had taught school, and they looked like they had been cast from by Disney. But both of them had on their tweed suits with vests, and it was early spring. And we went out to his ranch there in Austin, which was called Paisano Ranch, which means the Roadrunner, which was a symbol for the Texas Folklore Society, which he had helped start. And I drove him around the ranch, and we saw we've been planting peach trees there that spring. I planted about 20 peach trees there at his ranch. And we drove around. We saw some wild turkeys and some white-tailed deer, and they were philosophizing about the buzzards and how interesting they were, and what a great life that must be to be a buzzard, just to sail around all the time and have communal meals often. And anyway, but I was getting ready to leave. They were going to spend the night there, and I was going to go into town and get some supplies for breakfast and come back. But when I turned on, it was dark, and so when I turned on the lights, an armadillo was digging in the base of one of the peach trees that we had just planted. And so I very quietly moved around and went inside, and I said, we didn't see an armadillo today, and there's one out in the front yard. Y'all might like to take a look at it. And these two guys came out on the front porch, and they were just hugging each other. Oh, positively prehistoric. Quaint. How quaint is that?
Well, Guich.
And then all of a sudden, there was kaboom, kaboom. Dobie was there with his shotgun, and he shot the armadillo.
We're gonna have to get out of here, Guich.
Okay, bye. Anyway,
I appreciate
great.
you.
He said they'll dig up every peach tree in the county.
I appreciate you, Guich. I'll see you soon, okay?
Okay, Roy. Adios. Thank you.
All right. Ron Houston here saying adios, everybody.
Have a good week.
Okay, and also on behalf of our pal Al.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later.
Thank you, Al.